Hi there, my name is Professor Stewart and welcome to English 1210, the Auteur project. Today I will be starting out with an overview of the project and then we will go more into the specifics. So let's go ahead and get started. Now take a look here in the left-hand panel. The first unit folder we have is Unit 12 for the Auteur project. You'll see all the resources are in the top here, all of the PDFs that you'll need to get this work done. Okay, so let's go ahead and we'll go through the, as I said, we'll go through the overview and then we'll go right into the specific documents. So the first steps here will be to watch the resources, and that's in points 1, 2, and 3. And then what you're going to do is the beginning of your research is going to be very general to explore a director that you would like to write about in the final project. So make sure you pick someone who you want to learn more about, someone who's could be someone new to you. It could be, some students already know at the very beginning of the semester who they want to research. And so there's plenty of resources here. We'll go through, I have a list here at the top of some directors that I would recommend. But again, you have a list of the IMDb top 100 directors. Any of those would be great. The key here is you need to choose a director whose style is recognizable. If you choose a director who has done just a number of different types of films, which don't really have any sort of an overarching style, that probably won't work. So, but on the flip side, I've had students do John Lasseter, who directed a bunch of the Pixar films. You can pick something fun, something cheesy, something artsy. You can just really find something that you're interested in here. Okay, so the first step is look at the resources. Then you're going to research the director. You're going to post that director in the collaborate button here, and you'll see here's the Auteur director proposal. Go ahead, create blog entry and enter it there. What I will do is I will approve that in the blog. So what you need to do then is go back in, and when I enter a grade, if you hover over your grade in the My Grades of Blackboard, you'll see it'll tell you that there is student feedback available. But there's a short video here if you need to know how to do that. So I will approve that director. Then before you really do much else, your next step is to look at some of what is being said about that director. So the next step will be to create an annotated bibliography. An annotated bibliography, again, I'll get into the specifics of it, but this will be the beginning of your research. You're going to choose 3 sources, 2 text, and 1 video source. And there's tons of great video sources out there. And finally, you're going to watch a few more resources here, okay? So that is Unit 12. Unit 13 will be after you've looked at the resources, you have researched and chosen a director, you have developed and submitted your annotated bibliography. Then the following week, you will develop a rough draft of your project and submit that to me. Again, the same way you've been submitting work through Gmail. If you have any questions about that, you're going to go into the Tech How-To button, and that will tell you how to properly share a Google Doc. And then Unit 14, final draft, and you are done. Okay, there's no final exam. This is the culmination of all of your work. So this shows me you've incorporated all of the work we've done in the textbook, the slideshows, the slideshows that you created, my lecture slides, things like that. So this is your chance to put everything together and show me that you've absorbed all the work we've done this semester. Okay, and so what we're going to do next is I would like to go into the PDF for the assignment. Okay. And so, again, step 1, choose an Auteur director. We've already talked about that. Point number 2, this will be a digital format. I call it a project because it has video elements, it has image elements, and I have some details here. You could look at this as a glorified analysis paper. The 3 analysis papers we've done are meant to sort of build you to this assignment. So it's really similar, but it's a little bit longer format with a little bit more detail. Okay, and so once you've chosen that director, then you will analyze and compare 3 or more movies by that director. So again, let's say you've chosen, my example down here is Plan 9 from Outer Space. Let's say you chose the B movie director, Ed Wood. You would watch tons of movies, watch everything you can. You might watch 6, 8, 10 films by your director, but you probably won't want to write about all of them because it's going to get a little too sort of spread out. So I would say focus on 3, 4, 5 films, something like that. Okay. Again, make sure you include specifics of characters, shots, angles, mise-en-scène, editing, camera movement. Again, it's not just sort of a it's not a movie review type assignment. It's an analysis. So make sure that you use all those terms that you included in your slideshows in the beginning of the semester. As I said, you will need 3 sources for this. It is a research project, so you'll have 2 text-based sources and 1 video. And we'll look at that when we get to the annotated bibliography. Always use italics for a movie title. Again, include textbook, handout, art, include all that. You do not need to cite in your works cited, the textbook, the handouts, the article, any of this. Anything you get from the internet in addition, yes, you do. So no need to cite the textbook or slideshows or anything like that. And again, be aware of MLA citation format and make sure that you avoid any danger of plagiarism. In addition, this will be a 6 to 8 page project. This includes the video, includes the embedded images. Stay away from plot summary. You may need to give a few sentences overview. Typically, I've watched a large number of the movies that come through in these projects, so you don't have to worry about that. You don't have to give me the whole plot summary, but if you can do it in a couple sentences, then that's wonderful. A lot of we have some examples we'll be looking at, but remember to begin with a short. So typically students will begin with an introduction, then a biography paragraph. Don't get too bogged down in the biography stuff. I don't want more than a paragraph of director biography, because I want you then to jump right into the body of your paper, which will be organized either by film. Maybe you'll do a body paragraph about each film and go in chronological order, or you might organize it by film technique. There's certain trademarks of your director that you may include, and so that's really up to you. But a common way to do it, organize it, is to organize it chronologically by film, and then you can dig into, and then within each section of the film number 1, the director uses this type of editing technique. The director uses this type. Film number 2, we can see that technique again in film number 2, etc. Okay, and here's the checklist, and I'll let you all look at that, but it should look pretty similar to the analysis papers, and that is included in the PDF. Okay, so that's really the overview. I want to make sure we get to the annotated. Actually, let's go ahead and look at the director list that I put together. These are just some fun directors maybe you've never experienced that are a lot of fun. And so take a look at the list, go into IMDb, watch some YouTube videos. You may recognize some names in here. You got Judd Apatow, who's done a lot of the Will Ferrell movies. Miranda July, you may remember from the Half the Picture documentary. She was in that. John Waters, some great directors here, but this is just sort of a random list that I came up with. So let's go into the annotated bibliography next. Okay, so here is, again, step 1, look at all the resources. Step 2, submit your director. Step 3, annotated bibliography. I do have a sample, so we'll go ahead and we'll take a look at that in a minute. But the idea here in your annotated bibliography is this is going to be your 3 sources that you'll use. And so I have some suggestions here. The Gale literature would be a text resource. In addition, really look around and try to find some critics who have done, have YouTube channels. Here's Chris Stuckman, who you may have seen. But you can go in and see maybe he's done some analysis of the director that you're going to be looking at. But there's so many resources out there, so go ahead and find something that you're interested in. So that's one possible video source there. Here's another resource, Film Comment, which is just wonderful. This is one of the film magazines that really got me into movies and really wanted to dig deeper. So definitely feel free to explore that. So those are some resources there at the top, but you're welcome to branch out and find some more of a variety there. And so what you'll be doing is, for this assignment, you will be submitting 3 of these annotations. Okay, an annotation includes the works cited for your source, and this will be then copy and pasted into your final project, so that'll be out of the way for you. And then this is the annotation. So the annotation includes these 3 parts: 4 to 6 sentence summary of the article. Again, this is an article about the director, an article about the trademark, an article about the specific film, something like that, or a video. And so you're gonna just a sentence. How does this source seem to you? Is it biased? Does it seem reliable? Does it seem like the person knows what they're talking about? Finally, is this reflect element? 1 more sentence, and that is just going to be, how did this source shape your argument? Does it support something you already believed, or does it lead you in a new direction? And so 6, 7, 8 sentences a piece. So you're going to do 3 of these, and it'll look just like this, okay? And that is the annotated bibliography. I want to jump in and show you a sample. Past student was nice enough to share this with me, and so it's going to look exactly like this, right? Alphabetically organized by the author, right? There's the work cited, there's the annotation, boom. The work cited, the annotation. This was another article. This student used 4 sources. But you can see, again, notice at the end here, I believe that interviews are always a great resource. And so there's that final assessment of the source, that how does it fit in, how reliable was it, things like that. Okay, so that's what that's going to look like. So a few more resources up there. There's how to use the MLA format, and I do have some more resources over in Writer Resources for that. And so everything should be in here. Again, once you have completed Unit 12, right, you're welcome to jump ahead a little bit. Or the following week will be that rough draft, okay? And you'll submit the rough draft, and I will get that back to you with comments. And then the final week, as I said, will be your final draft. So this is the overview for our final Auteur project. And I look forward to reading all of your work. I get some great projects through this assignment, and it's a lot of fun to read. When a student finds a new director that really resonates with them. And so good luck finding someone that you enjoy writing about. Thank you for listening, and have a great day.